Well, this morning I'm on Rufus Woods with Stuart Hurd, and it's kind of a brisk morning out here, Stuart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it is in the wintertime, and it's kind of funny. We had to kind of dust the snow and ice off of the gear to get everything ready to go. That's what winter fishing's like up here at Rufus Woods. But Rufus is only one place that you guide, Stuart.
Yep.
You also are busy in the summer for summer on salmon.
Oh yeah.
And then you also do steelhead fishing up here in the Upper Columbia.
Yep. I'll actually start down in Portland area down in March, and then move up with the fish, and then by April, or at least the last week of April, I'm in Tri-Cities area fishing the snake. And then they'll close that down usually first or second week of May. Then I'll move up to the Icicle and back to the Wenatchee area for sturgeon, and do that until July comes around, and then summer run opens up just out front of Wenatchee.
That's right. So you follow the springers.
Yep.
Right up the Columbia.
Yeah.
And now the sturgeon, where do you do your sturgeon fishing primarily?
Anywhere from Bonneville to right out front of Wenatchee.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so boy, a little bit of everything, and also you do some walleye fishing too.
Yeah, that'll start here in about a month, and towards the end of February, and then through March, and then I usually call it quits when I head down for the salmon.
Right. Well, that's great stuff. And that's something I look forward to doing with you too, is getting out doing some walleye fishing here on some of our local waters, and have Stuart share some of his techniques with us on how he goes about walleye fishing. But boy, from spring salmon, summer salmon, steelhead fishing here in our local region, and probably one of your favorites, and it certainly is mine, is the Icicle spring run.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
That's a tremendous fishery. But now on Rufus Woods, typically in most years, you know, there's a lot of steelhead fishing going on, but when do you like to get up here to start fishing Rufus?
Usually, well, this is my slow time of the year, and with them shut down steelhead early, this year I'll be up here until end of February.
Right.
And so I don't fish much around the rest of the year up here, but when I'm fishing this time of year, it's pretty good.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a little bit more about exactly what he uses when he's fishing for triploid rainbow on Rufus Woods. But like this morning, we started right here above the dam at the launch here above Bridgeport, and then you'll begin here and then sort of hop your way up.
Yeah, it just depends on the day and how cold it is to run. It's a little too cold to run all the way up there right now.
That's right. It's about a 30-mile run up to the lower Pens from here, and that would be pretty chilly run this morning. Yeah, I've done it, but yeah, in an open boat, it's a little brisk.
Yeah, very, very cold.
But
hopefully we won't have to even start the big motor today. It's been pretty consistent here the last few days.
Great.
So.
Now from here, we're just above the can line right now, fishing along the shore that's just below the state park, for example. And yeah, there's fish throughout this reservoir, and oftentimes this isn't a bad place to start looking for them.
Yeah.
And you'll work your way up, and maybe do you switch shorelines when
yeah, we'll try to locate the fish, and then if we start getting doubles and triples, then we'll be baiting lots of circles. So hopefully we'll find them.
When you find a group of fish, you really pound on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And sometimes they're deep, sometimes they're right on the surface, sometimes they're right next to shore, and sometimes they're out in the middle of nowhere. So hopefully we'll find them here soon.
Yeah. Well, it's a great experience to be out here on Rufus Woods in the wintertime. You know, we're looking at frosty shorelines on both sides, and I think we're going to see the sun burn through here in a while. That always helps to warm us up a little bit. But
yeah, it's about 15.
It's about 15. Unfortunately, no wind today, so that really makes a difference on a really chilly morning up here. I know that in the wintertime, I know that Rufus gets a lot of attention during this time of year, but that's because, well, either steelhead's ending or people are tired of steelhead fishing or whatever. But actually, the bite can be difficult because of the colder water temperature. Do you find that to be true?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
We'll find out.
But if you've got the right stuff, you can count on catching fish just about any time of year up here at Rufus Woods. And I'll tell you what, we're going to figure out what it takes to put us onto some fish here this morning here in Rufus Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The current does, or when the more current, it seems like the fish bite better. So
that's the other critical factor that I've found, and it's pretty much everybody agrees that if you don't have any current, the bite slows down considerably. And typically I found that during the week you get better opportunity for more current, and the weekend it seems to be less.
Yep.
But one way or another, we're going to figure out a way to catch these fish, and in the next segment, Stuart's going to show us some of the tricks he uses for catching triploids here on Rufus Woods Reservoir.
Gaboon Productions LLC is a full-service video production company right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Gaboon is a term coined by my grandfather, commercial fishing in Alaska. It's when a bunch of fish hit your net all at the same time. We capture life as you see it, from filming those special moments to catching something big. Gaboon Productions LLC can record it, edit it, and save it for you forever. We do weddings, theater productions, concerts, reunions, commercials, and more. Go to GaboonProductions.com on the web, check us out on Facebook and on YouTube. Gaboon Productions LLC, the little video company capturing your big moments.
The goal of Battery Systems is to provide the best products combined with the most efficient service at competitive prices. I've found their people live up to this, so don't buy anything without talking to them. You should make their batteries and accessories your choice to power your vehicles and boats. This is Dave Graybill, and I choose Battery Systems to keep me running onshore and on the water. To find a Battery Systems product expert in a location near you, log on to batterysystems.net.
Well, one of the reasons I wanted to be out here with Stuart today is to have him share some of his secrets for catching triploid rainbow here on Rufus Woods Reservoir. We're going to try to sneak in a little show and tell here while the rods are in the water, so don't be surprised if we are interrupted if we hook a fish. So you've been good enough to bring along a little handy board here that's going to show off some of the things that you think are important to bring along on Rufus Woods. And we're going to walk through this board, and then I'll do some more close-ups of these so you can see more detail. But I see right at the top of the board here, you've got some nice bright orange yarn.
When you're fishing baitless and scentless, you can add stuff like the yarn, or take just any kind of grub you like and, you know, cut it off just so the tail's there, and put that on the hook to try to entice them a little bit better.
Okay.
Yarn, I don't use more than about a ½ inch on the hook.
½ inch, okay.
And you can put that on anything you're trolling behind. You know, if you're trolling, you can use these different kinds of flashers or spinners. And I'll usually run them down to either some kind of double whammy with that, and if you're using bait, usually worms on there. Same with the squid that they make out of max lures. And then if you're trying to do completely baitless, these flies work really good. Just make sure they're barbless. Same with, you control spinners and single barbless rooster tails work, or any kind of, it just depends on the day. And then plugs are another great way to do it, but you have to make sure you convert them to single barbless.
Exactly.
Same with the rooster tails. And there's some good spots that you can actually just go up and cast right at shore and you can catch a lot of fish that way. Just going along the shore, casting at it, having everybody cast at it. And you want to get it, it seems like you cast closer to the shore the better. And you can let them sink as you go back towards the boat.
Now, are you looking, when you're casting spinners like that, are you looking for a shoreline that has a good sharp drop off?
Usually, if there's, right now most of the weeds are already turned up and float off, but if you can still catch some old weed beds, they'll be right on the edge of those.
Okay.
And maybe about anywhere from the pumps up here 5 miles, or even up maybe at about mile mark or river marker 12. There's some really good structure to cast. As long as just above the launch on the opposite side we're on right now, there's some old trees that have snapped off, and you can troll around and through there, and just be careful with your motor because you might end up losing a prop or something. But there's a
couple of big boulders out there.
Yeah, and some old trees.
And they do attract fish, but yeah, you do have to learn where those are, because they do come up pretty close to the top.
And another good way to fish them is I'll set up, it's almost like steelhead fishing, but I'll set up a bobber stop, and You know, if you're gonna be fishing really deep with the bobber setup, I'll put a swivel with a small weight on it, similar to the steelhead setup.
Yep, just like a steelhead rig.
And you can use the jig if you're using baitless. Again, I'll use a lot of the yarn, different colors. Even I mean, they make yarn in every color you can think of.
Exactly.
So
you can just experiment with that.
Yeah, and if fishing up by the pins, or if you get into if you start seeing a series of fish in the deep water that are all different levels, I'll just take the bobber off and actually cast the bobber, or just the jig out, and let it sink down. And you'll if your line's tight, you can feel them bite it. If not, you'll see your line do a big twitch on top of the water, and that's the easiest way to see it.
And they'll hit it just as it sinks?
Yeah, and you can jig it back up. But
right. So just a regular jig, that's great. So you mentioned double whammy. These I know are really effective too.
Those are really good.
If you little hoochie type rig.
If it's a slow day, that's my go-to. And there's a variety of colors, and you just have to experiment with which colors working better.
Right, that's called the cha-cha squitter, right?
And I'll run, you know, you can run even the big, up to like size Dodgers. And if you're running downriggers, I'll fish anywhere from 10 feet to 50 feet. If you're fishing by the cans and you're seeing a lot down in that 50 foot or deeper, you can go after them with that.
Okay.
But when it's cold like this, the line just freezes to the spool. It's hard to get downriggers up and down. They don't like to go back down when they're frozen.
Exactly. So you've got a hot wing and then a couple of different styles and colors of small Dodgers that are effective. And I like to see this.
That's an old lure.
You don't see a lot of those anymore, but you know, this is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That Super Duper I use for a lot of different things and found it very effective even for kokanee in a bright orange color.
Oh yeah, there's some good kokanee up here too you can catch every now and then. Exactly. But your limit's still 2. So.
Yeah, yeah.
And trolling these plugs, you can catch a lot of walleye too sometimes.
If you're keeping them down near the bottom,
fish, yeah. Well, actually, even if you're out suspended off the shoreline, they seem to follow the shoreline, especially the weed beds.
Okay.
So that's a lot of fun. Bring back a couple walleye.
Sure. And again, you want to experiment with. Imagine this size of plug is probably fairly in the range.
It's about common, yeah.
Pretty
you can
common
go smaller
size.
or bigger.
Okay.
If you're targeting the walleye, I'd go with a deeper diving one than that. That one dives to about 7 feet.
Right. Rapalas are a good plug.
Yep.
To run up here. And I notice you also have a knife sharpener here.
Yeah, these fish will bite, especially single barb. I mean, they'll bite really light. And you want a really sharp hook, and a knife sharpener is great to have.
That's a good piece of advice, because yeah, you're going to miss a lot of hits unless you have a really ultra sharp. Well, that's great. Well, we're going to put some of these to use. See what's going to work today here, catching triploids on Rufus Woods Reservoir. Hi, I'm Dave Graybill, the Fishin Magician, and I'm sitting in front of the Lake Pateras Inn. Lake Pateras Inn is one of the most convenient places you can stay if you like to fish for salmon or steelhead on the Upper Columbia River. You can moor your boat at the dock, or there are 2 ramps within yards. They have outdoor power, so you can charge your electric motor. Rooms are clean and comfortable and very affordable. Everything you need is right here at the Lake Pateras Inn.
Hooked on Toys!
When the weather starts to cool, it's the signal for hot fishing for steelhead. If you're not ready for this exciting season, better get to Hooked on Toys in Wenatchee. They have everything a steelheader needs, from rods and reels to jigs and bait. There's no better selection of all this gear than what you'll find on the shelves at Hooked on Toys. Get geared up. Get to Hooked on Toys at 144 North Wenatchee Avenue, and be sure to visit them on the web at hookedontoys.com.
Hooked on Toys!
Single barbless hooks, they come off real easy.
Well, that didn't take long, Stuart, but like you say, when you fish bait, sometimes it doesn't take that long. The idea was just to see if we could get some fish in the boat.
Oh wow, this is the smallest one ever.
Yeah, you're making me
we're
look.
taking all bait off now.
You're making me look good on this thing, aren't you?
And that's always the hazard, yeah. Fishing with bait, you're going to get
making me look like you're catching this
smaller fish.
Gosh.
Hey, it's alright, we can get lots of. Alright, I'll put some. You can try that one without. I'll put some.
Yeah. Switch to the flies, real quick.
I've got yarn, and I put I hate that they changed it to single barbless. If they kept it with just barbless.
Now
Yeah.
Now that's barbless here, right?
Just for the catch and release.
Right, but I mean, can you release that line?
That one's got bait on it.
Oh,
That's the deal. Well, Nate, you're sure parked in the right place.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Bait good.
Yeah, I think it was on there for a bit.
Fish on, huh? Oh! Oh yeah.
Uh-oh, that's frozen, so I'll get that thing wet.
Okay. So there are fish out here. We just had to put a little bit of more temptation on that hook.
That's with the squid.
Oh, okay.
Another one over here, I think.
There you go.
Oh man. All of a
You got
sudden.
him? Fish on. Oh, he came off right now.
Well, he still got him.
Well,
He
that
still got
was,
him.
that rod tip sure took a bounce, didn't it?
This a good one?
Boy, things changed
Huh?
quickly.
Oh, that's. Go ahead and release that one.
Yeah, that one hit one of the
Oh, there we go.
barbless flies.
Yeah.
So that was an easy release. Let's see what we got here, Brendan. That was not a bad fish. Slippery devil.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Nice fat fish.
Betty.
There we go. Nice. We've got a suspicious rod going here. Nate's not convinced. We finally talked him into getting it out of the holder though.
You got the biggest fish in the lake. That's a big one, man.
Oh my goodness, we got another real brute here today. Fortunately, that was another one on the fly and a barbless hook, so we're able to release it. But
Sticking the little one to get him.
boy, he sure hit it.
Got 12 sturgeon down there.
That one was out there a ways. He's feeling pretty good?
Yeah.
That's what you want to see. There he is, he's getting close. That's a little better fish.
A lot little better. You got the bad hook? I have something.
All right, good scoop.
Bad walk. There's a hook in the fish, guys.
Yeah, there's that lead hook, or trailing hook. There we go, that's what we're looking for.
Your town Ford is kicking off the season with the best deals of the year. It's the Built Ford Tough Truck event. Great power and amazing fuel economy means no compromises. And that's what you get in a truck built Ford Tough. Like the Ford F-150 with a powerful and efficient EcoBoost engine. The power you want and the economy you need. Or Ford Super Duty with its amazing 6.7-liter Power Stroke Turbo Diesel. If you're looking for power, payload, towing economy, your town Ford's got the truck for you. Head to your town Ford in East Wenatchee.
No one is happy about having to repair a vehicle after an accident. However, I was very happy when I chose First Choice Collision Center when I needed this service. I can't say enough about how they treated me. Fast and friendly just doesn't say enough. They have amazing technology to make a damaged vehicle look like new. At First Choice Collision Center, you can expect modern service with old-fashioned values. That was my experience, and I'm sure it will be yours too.
Feels like a better fish, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we're due.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
he hit it first, then he come back and hit it again. Yeah. I think you and I both saw it hit that first time.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because it was making a corner.
Oh, there. Oh, that you were out there.
All right. All right. That one hit the fly. Good. Yeah, another one just about the same size, maybe a little bigger, maybe.
Can't feel anything. He's got someone else's line in him.
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
I got this.
Moss jaws. Oh, that's a good one. Let's
Pretty
let me
fish.
get a picture of that one. Oh, he jumped again. Look at that. That's a frisky one. Wow, just ripping across the surface. He jumped a couple of times out there. That's a little different. And we got a double on here?
Yeah, you lost the other one.
Yeah, this one came off.
Not very big, but fish.
Not good for the size.
Yeah. All right. That sounds like a good one. Oh, you saw him boil back there.
Got a double hitter.
Oh, I pulled the brand in.
Oh.
Oh yeah, here we go. Not bad.
Oh,
Ooh.
he's taking off. He's heading for the
Oh,
ocean.
you're gonna get the downrigger. Careful, walk over there. Don't get the downrigger.
That's a tough fish. Oh, good one. Yeah, let's get some more of
Pretty fish.
those.
That's pretty fish.
That was fun.
That's more like it, huh? See it hit the net for a change? Oh, that's a good one.
Come up right here.
Yeah, that would be
Get a cooler load of those would be just fine.
Getting her?
You get it all the way through?
Angled.
That one wasn't going to get away.
You went through the gizmo there.
Alright.
We'll hold the fish up there.
Oh, you go ahead, man.
Oh, yeah.
Get that still.
That's a nice one. Good job, Brandon.
Better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's better.
You net?
Yeah. Is the film working?
Whoa, hey, yo!
In the water.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You want to take this one
You
in?
want this one, Brandon?
There.
What we got? I don't matter.
Do you want the fish?
Oh, then they're calling me.
What do you think? Super size? Keeper size?
She's too long.
I don't know.
Trying to bite. Oh. There he is.
Oh. Well, Brandon's the only one with limit.
Yeah.
They're trying.
He's on that one there, Dave. He's on
Grab that one, grab that one. He's on there. Oh yeah.
There's one on this one over here.
Yes, sir.
Grab him, he's on.
Damn. All right, that one snapped it off the thing by itself. That one should be good.
Little one.
Well, you still need a fish too, don't you?
Yeah.
I think Brandon's the only one that's done.
Hey,
double.
Oh yeah.
How do they get off when you have tension on them?
Oh yeah,
Yep, I say so.
that looks like a good one. Yeah, that's a little better fish.
Skinny one.
He is kind of lanky.
Give that back.
All right.
Well, Stuart, it got cold today.
Oh yeah, it's freezing.
You know, and the fish can sense that too. Did you notice that when the sun broke out, which it did for about an hour and a half, it changed the action completely?
Oh yeah.
Things just lit up. We went for long periods with long intervals between fish. Then all of a sudden we had doubles on. We'd just get a rod down and it would go off. It really changed everything.
Oh yeah. It made it feel nice out here at least.
Yeah, it did. It made it feel a lot better. But this was a great day out here. And I think probably, I would say it was a fairly typical day for winter fishing on Rufus Woods. I'd say we had 20, 25 fish to the boat, something like that at least. And the one thing that we didn't get was the big one that everybody wants to get. And I thought it was great too the way when we were using single barbless on the flies primarily, which the flies worked very effectively too.
Yeah.
When that bite was on, that's what they were after. And then if you want to finish up your day, take some fish home for the barbecue or the smoker, then you just add a little touch of worm, not a lot of night crawler, to the tip of one of these lures, and then you can finish out your day in style with something to bring home.
Oh yeah.
But catch and release fishing up here is really fun. The size of the fish range from anything from, what do you think Mark's fish was? Probably about
a pound.
Probably
if you stretch it.
If I stretch it a little bit. On up to probably fish that were about 4 pounds, something like that. Seemed to be about our top fish today. But don't be surprised if you get fish much larger here in Rufus Woods, and that's one of the reasons it's very popular, is because fish up to 10 and 12 pounds are not uncommon. In fact, didn't you say the last time you were out here, the first fish you caught was probably about a 12 pound?
Yep.
It was a big fish of the day.
Yeah, it was. And the trip a couple days ago, we got one over 10, but anything over 10 is a big fish here.
That's right. Winter fishing is, and I tell you, the time of year, we're up here in late January, mid to late January, but this fishing will continue all through the winter. And then, as you say, then you get busy and you're headed down onto the lower Columbia and onto other fisheries.
Yeah. I think we picked the coldest day of the year so far to come out.
I think we did, Stuart. I think we did hit it. I don't think it was 10 degrees when we got out here on the water, and then when that breeze picked up, it was a lot colder than that.
Oh yeah.
Now, Stuart, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you and talk to you about the different fisheries that you're involved in, how would they do that?
They can go to my website, which is herdsguideservice.com, or they can call me at 509-679-1304.
Good.
Or get a hold of you and you can
Absolutely.
give them my number.
I can send them right on. You know, we spent our entire day here within sight of the boat launch, too.
Yep.
You know, and that's another nice thing. It's not unusual to see people here launch at Bridgeport and then run 30 miles up to the first set of net pens, and then even beyond that to do their fishing. It's nice to know that you can fish right here in the vicinity of the launch and still have a very busy day.
Yeah. Now we just have to hope we can get out of the launch.
That's right. One of the things that you should be aware of is this is an excellent concrete ramp with a nice dock and all of that, everything set up by the Corps of Engineers. But in the winter time, it gets slick. And today, they're nice enough to have a nice barrel with sand right
Except
at the
for
top
today,
of the
it's
ramp.
empty.
It was either empty or what was left was frozen
Yeah.
solid. And so a nice thing to have along when you're planning a trip up here might be a good idea to have a couple of bags of sand in the back of your rig, because that might make the difference of a fun day or something not so pleasant. Because it's just steep enough.
There you go, there's fish.
Well, I tell you what, let me just step out of the picture for just a sec. Don't tell me. Jason, I'm going to have you come down here and deal with this.
Still on there?
He's still there. I thought I did it Brandon, but it looks like that fish is going to be stubborn. Well, this was our plan today, was
that was a catch and release there.
Oh, thanks a lot. But that's the way it's been today. Lots of good action right here in the vicinity of the boat launch. And thanks again, Mr. Hurd, for a great day out here. And another thing you can do is to visit StuartHurdGuideservice.com.
Hurd's Guide Service.
Hurd'sGuideservice.com.
Got one wire?
On the ugly stick.
We got another bite, so I've got to go. Thanks again, Stuart, for a great day here at Rufus Woods.